What's up, guys? Welcome back, or it's your first time to my channel. Welcome back with you once again. This time for something a little bit different. You probably can already know by the title, but this is not going to be a movie haul this time. This is going to be a CD haul. This channel is specifically movies, but it's, it's physical media. I collect physical media. Mostly movies. However, I have started picking up a couple of CDs here and there just because, they're, number one, they're cheap at Goodwill, at least $1. And I've gotten lucky and I found some CDs that I've wanted to pick up, some that I had when I was a kid or a teenager, that I'm basically replacing because I was dumb and got rid of them at some point. Now I'm rebuying things from the past, but it is what it is. That's kind of what we're doing. A lot of us are doing. We're trying to rebuy our youth, I guess. I don't know, but anyway, first off, if you liked the video, you enjoyed everything like that, please like, comment, subscribe. Comments, of course, are my most favorite thing. I take a couple seconds just to leave a comment about what you think about the video, what you think about the pickups, or anything that I talk about. If you have fond memories of the stuff, that's cool, or especially that's great. Love to talk about movies, especially music as well. So keep that in mind. But make sure at least any interaction really with the video helps me, helps my channel, everything. So I appreciate it. But let's go ahead and do what we came here to do, or what I came here to do, what you clicked on the video to see, and that's the actual haul here. This is over a couple of months. This is a couple months worth, and I think I might have shared some of these in one of my movie hauls just because it was Goodwill anyway, so I kind of just threw them in there as like, bought some CDs. But this is all over a couple months here, just picking up a couple here and there. Just most of them, or the majority of this is all new, pre-owned, used, whatever from Goodwill. But I also picked up the new Ghost CD album, Skeleton. So I have that. Got my fiance and I one each. So we could both have it. Got the Target one just because I got the deal because I have the red card thing, and it comes with an exclusive patch. So I thought that was cool. But yeah, we have Skeleton. I already listened to it because I just left one. I basically just left my fiance's in the plastic, but we opened one and listened to it. So right off the bat, we got Ghost's Skeleton album there, but that's the only new one in this, because again, I've gotten in, and now I'm kind of wanting to buy some other CDs that I once had, and other CDs that I really enjoy, like some of the other Ghost albums, of course, I want to grab as well. But as far as the Goodwill pickups and such, I don't know how long I've had, what's the most recent, what's not. So I'm just going to go through here. Found Hootie and the Blowfish, Cracked Rear View. This one, of course, is, the debut with all the hits, all the ones that they're known for, which is, like Hold My Hand, Only Want to Be With You, Let Her Cry. Big one for me, that I recently kind of discovered was Time, which is track 8 on this one, Time. Such a good song, and really, when you're in your late 30s, really hits a little bit more. You understand the song a bit more now than you did whenever you were, I don't know, I'm trying to remember because I don't remember what year this is. I suck at math anyway. I can tell you how old I was at the time, like off the top of my head, but when you're a kid, basically. So hits a little bit different now than it did. But yeah, this Cracked Rear View, Hootie and the Blowfish, ended up finding that, and it's in really good condition too. It's like, you know, the case, the actual like case is cracked and stuff, which Cracked Rear View is kind of fitting, but the case and stuff is cracked. It's, you know, whatever, but the disc is in pretty good condition. And not too scratched up and stuff, which is nice. It needs a little bit of cleaning, but it's not too bad. But for, you know, a buck, ended up picking up that one because a lot of good songs on that one. Next, we got Counting Crows, Films About Ghosts. This is the best of album. So it's got, you know, all the hits on here. Round Here, A Long December, which is probably my favorite Counting Crows song, Long December. Mr. Jones, of course, that's the one that they always want to play. That's the one they've kind of ruined for me, because they always want to play Mr. Jones. Big Yellow Taxi. There's a bunch on Hanging Around. That's another big one. And then there's some on here that I've never heard of, at least by the title. Rain King, that's one that I just recently kind of discovered, or whatever, that I didn't remember hearing as a kid, because I never had the actual CDs for like Hootie and the Blowfish or the Counting Crows. It was radio. So if it wasn't on the radio, it didn't exist, I guess. But yeah, Counting Crows, Films About Ghosts, the best of CD, and then it's just really pretty packaging, I have to say, and stuff, and a really good, again, condition on the disc is really, really nice on that one. Next up, we switched gears a little bit because went from kind of like pop, rock rock, alt, whatever, into like alt, and then we're gonna switch gears and go into country. But we've got the Marty Party Hit Pack. Marty Stuart, born and raised in Georgia pretty much all my life, and I'm probably the farthest from, being Southern, I guess, as you can get, but there's a lot about me from just my childhood that just kind of has stuck with me. I was a big fan of country music growing up. So I still will listen to a lot of the older stuff. Marty Stuart was one of my favorites back in the day, because this is, again, another kind of like hit, like greatest hits type deal. And this one has like The Whiskey Ain't Working Anymore with Travis Tritt, which is, that's one of my favorites there. There's also one that I'd never heard before with Travis Tritt. This One's Gonna Hurt You, for a long, long time. Never heard that one before. We got, the big one for me is Tempted. And then we got Hillbilly Rock. And there was a couple of them that I had never heard before that when I listened to this on the way home that day, was, I was like, damn, these are some good songs. Like, I always liked Marty Stuart. He was very underrated in my opinion. But got the CD there. This track's this case is not doing too well. It's trying to fall out when I show it to you. But yeah, Marty Stuart, the Marty Party Hit Pack. And gonna stay on country for a little bit here. The next up, we've got another kind of greatest hits type compilation here. We've got Billy Ray Cyrus. This is I believe it's the 20th Century Masters, the Millennium Collection, but basically the best of Billy Ray Cyrus here. And of course, it's got the big ones like Achy Breaky Heart, Some Gave All, Could Have Been Me, She's Not Crying Anymore. And there's some other ones. Oh yeah, Where Am I Gonna Live? And there's some ones I don't think I remember, like In the Heart of a Woman. It's All the Same to Me, but ended up picking that one up mainly because of those first five. I'd love to find his first CD, Some Gave All, because I had that one as a kid. and listened to the heck out of that. But also, I think, what was it? Was it the follow-up, Trail of Tears? I had that one as well, and that one was fantastic. So I wouldn't mind having those at some point if I find them. But pretty cool to have, little greatest hits compilation, Billy Ray Cyrus. Next up, I'm going to try to, switch it up a little bit as we're going through here. Ended up finding this on one of my most recent hunts, but we got No Doubt, the singles, 1992 to 2003, another greatest hits. But that's fine. It's like most of the ones I found has been like greatest hits, but that's fine. It's like it's the creme de la creme. It's the best, the hits and whatnot. But this has got, of course, like all the hits. Just a Girl, It's My Life, Hey Baby, Bathwater, Sunday Morning, Hella Good, Underneath It All, Spider Webs, Simple Kind of Life, Don't Speak, Ex-Girlfriend. I didn't name all of them. There's 15 on this, but that's most of them right there. And then the inside of there. Not a huge No Doubt fan. Definitely not a big Gwen Stefani fan. But they were, I remember them being, part of my teenage years and stuff like that, because they were real big on the radio. They were big on like MTV and stuff. Like you couldn't escape them. So they were there, and I was like, I did like No Doubt. Not one of my favorite bands, but I do enjoy them, and it's like with this one, it's like it's pretty much all the hits and all the ones that I remember growing up with. So I decided to pick it up for $1. Next up, this one's a blast from the past. It's like my mom, I think, or my stepdad had some of the Bob Seger albums growing up, and that's how I was introduced to Bob Seger and became a fan. But this is Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, the greatest hits. Here, we got Roll Me Away. We've got Night Moves, hell yes, Night Moves, Turn the Page, You'll Accompany Me, Hollywood Nights, Still the Same, Old Time Rock and Roll. We've got Tonight, Against the Wind, which I was talking earlier about Hootie and the Blowfish and Time, and how I always liked that song, but it hits different now that when you're older. It really does. That's one of the Against the Wind. Main Street, that's another one. Main Street, The Fire Inside, Like a Rock, C'est La Vie, and In Your Time. Like, this is just like banger after banger after banger on this album. So again, it's greatest hits. So what do what do you expect? But definitely going to be taking this one in the car for sure, and cranking that up for sure. So there's the CD. Again, these are all in really good condition. More so, like the cases are pretty messed up for the most part, but the discs themselves are in pretty good condition. They just need to be cleaned, obviously. Need a little TLC, and I think they'll be good to go. Next up, I had gotten this one for my fiance. This was like in one of the first hauls that I did of CDs at Goodwill. But I ended up grabbing Cyndi Lauper. She's So Unusual. I believe this was her debut album, if I'm not incorrect, because it has like Girls Just Want to Have Fun and Time After Time. That's the two big ones. Also She Bop. I ended up grabbing this one because she didn't have it, and she does really like Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and Time After Time is just a fantastic song. So I ended up picking this up for her. One of the first times I got a bunch of CDs, so that's an actual actual album and not a compilation or greatest hits kind of thing. So that was really cool to find. And these that have already like cleaned up and taken off the price tag and all that kind of stuff. Next up, this is one I vividly remember having this one as a kid, as a preteen, I guess, and that is Pieces of You by Jewel. And this has got Who Will Save Your Soul, Foolish Games, You Were Meant for Me, Near You Always, which is a really good one. That's one that is very underrated. But I remember having this album as a kid, and really loving Jewel, really loving I guess all the hits at the time. But there is the disc there. And again, in really good condition. I mean, even the case is in pretty good condition. Not pristine by any means, but still pretty good. But yeah, this one I had as a kid or as a preteen or whatever, and played the heck out of it for a long time. I remember when she first came on the scene with Who Will Save Your Soul, and it's so funny listening to that song now and really getting the message that she was trying to convey. And it's like, as a kid, you do kind of get it, but you don't get it at the same time. You're just like, you have the inkling that you're supposed to be like feeling a certain way or thinking a certain way about something. You're supposed to be getting like this kind of, you feel like you're supposed to be getting this kind of message from something, but you don't quite understand it until much later in life, after I guess you've had life experience and everything like that. And I think that was one of those songs that kind of started, and also too, I think like prepubescent and everything like that. When that song came, it's like the kind of that era of alternative rock, alternative music with like Jewel and Matchbox 20 and Third Eye Blind, and those kind of bands kind of came along, and they kind of started. I don't necessarily think that they changed my brain chemistry, but they tapped into something that I wasn't really aware of, I guess, or something. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm trying to say, but maybe you get me, maybe you don't. I don't know. Let me know. But yeah, Jewel, Pieces of You. Next up, this one I was holding off because I was trying to switch up genres and not have a bunch of country all together there. But I already have this CD. This is Garth Brooks' Sevens. I already have this one, but why the hell not pick up a second copy for $1, just in case something were to happen to the other one. This is from the limited series, one of the box sets that was released exclusively to Walmart, way back. But the disc is in really good condition, and so, like I said, why not buy a second copy just in case? Because you rarely come upon a Garth Brooks CD at like a Goodwill or something like that. So decided to grab that one. Another one I was surprised to find is like, I never owned this CD, but I remember listening to the album like on it wasn't Spotify at the time. It was one of the earlier streaming services that I listened to. I can't remember, but this is Don't You Fake It by the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. This, of course, is the album that we got Face Down from. That's their biggest hit. But this CD is so good. Because I turned it over and I was looked at the back, and I was just reading through the track list, and I'm just like, great. It's like all the way down, pretty much like out of the 11 songs are on this album, at least 9 that I'm just like, hell yes, or 8 or 9, and I'm just like, yes, because it's like you've got In Fate's Hands, False Pretense, Misery Loves Its Company, Damn Regret, 17 Ain't So Sweet, and of course your Guardian Angel closing out the album. But there is the disc. And I feel like I didn't do any justice because I didn't talk anything about Garth Brooks' Sevens other than I already have the CD. But I remember this CD coming out and me wanting it. And I can't remember if I got it for maybe Christmas or something. But I remember like really wanting. It's like I know I had the limited series at some point too. But it's like I remember having just the actual, just like regular release of this album back when it came out, and I listened to it. I remember sitting in my floor in my room with like my little portable stereo boombox that I had, with this playing and playing. I want to say it was WWF Warzone. So that's how old I am. Listen to this and playing WWF Warzone on the original PlayStation. So there you go, a little bit of memory there. But yeah, it's a fantastic album. I mean, I'm a huge Garth Brooks fan. I will never not be a Garth Brooks fan. Just such a huge part of my childhood. One of my favorites of all time. Next up, another this is a band, but all-time favorite for forever. Listen, I had this CD back when thought I cleaned this, but apparently I didn't. I cleaned it well enough. But anyway, I had this CD whenever I was a teenager. I remember very vividly, like it was yesterday, like just playing this from front to back. This one for me is one of those like no skips, and just listening to it front to back. And that is More Than You Think You Are by Matchbox 20. Like I said, had this CD. I also had the Yourself or Someone Like You, the debut album. That was the first CD that I ever bought myself with my own money. Whenever I'm not sure what age I was, preteen, bought with my own money. I don't really remember if I bought this one or someone bought it for me or whatever, but it's like I remember listening to this nonstop, and it being like like in rotation for me with the CDs that I had. But I love this one. A lot of great songs came off this. Came off this one, and some that that big ones that I never really knew were necessarily hits. They were hits to me, but now I see that it's like a lot of people love those songs. Bright Lights, Unwell, just a great album all around from Matchbox 20. Next up, we're going way, here, let me do this one and then I'll go way back. But we've got John Mayer's Room for Squares, the debut album, obviously, from John Mayer. So many good songs on this album that I still listen to this day. I actually just had one pop up on my Spotify the other day. You just listen to my liked songs. But this has got No Such Thing, Why Georgia, Your Body's a Wonderland, Back to You. I think, was this the day? No, I think this was the second album, wasn't it? Because this one doesn't have, no, this is the debut album. Because No Such Thing was the one that came on, that's the one I was thinking of. No Such Thing was the one that came on my Spotify that I was talking about just the other day. I think I was like going to work or something like that, and I was just like, I haven't listened to this song in a really long time, and decided to jam out to it. But yeah, this is a really good album. So many good songs. It's like Why Georgia. It's one I've asked myself that so many times, like, why Georgia? But a lot of good songs on this one. I know that he is he still canceled, or are we still not allowed to like John Mayer? I can't remember. I know that there was some stuff going on. It's like, and he had some sort of beef with Jessica Simpson because he said some stupid stuff about her in like some magazine article or something, and I don't know. Anyway, great album. Again, it's just about the music. Still, a lot of these are still kind of, I still enjoy them. They're ones that are fun to me, and I still sing along with to this day. So, But next up, we're gonna go way back into my childhood on this one. On these last this one here. Not as much necessarily, but Backstreet Boys, Black and Blue. I decided to pick this one up mainly because it was 99 cents, but it does have some really good tracks on it as well. Because it's like we've got The Call, Shape of My Heart. I'm trying to remember because like I'm not seeing any other like that stand out with like the actual titles themselves. Because I debated whether or not to buy this one, just because I think there was like really only like the 2 songs or 3 songs on here or whatever that I was like maybe, but I was like it's a buck, so I figured why not. But yeah, Black and Blue by the Backstreet Boys. It's like this one I never owned. Obviously remember the songs because they were popular. But I did own this one. This was the debut album right here, Backstreet Boys. This one I did own as a kid because this has got Quit Playing Games With My Heart, As Long As You Love Me, Everybody Backstreet's Back, All I Have to Give. And then, there's some other ones on here that are nostalgic because I remember having the CD on here, like, If You Want It to Be Good, Girl, Get Yourself a Bad Boy. Which is kind of, listening to it now is kind of cheesy, but it's just like, still really, it's nostalgia. So, but it's like this one I did have for sure. And there is the disc, and the fun thing about this one is that with the insert, it does come with like a little booklet for official fan merchandise. So it's got throw pillows that you could buy with whichever band member I guess you wanted to cuddle with. And then of course all the shirts here, and apparently whoever owned this before decided to write on the shirts. So AJ is Ginger Spice, Nick is Baby, Brian is Scary, Kevin is Sporty, and then Howie is Posh Spice. But yeah, they got a bunch of the shirts and stuff that you can buy. That's not unusual. It's like the pillows though. The pillows kind of threw me there, but there you go, little nostalgia. Because this was 1995. God. Anyway, but yeah, I did have this one as a kid, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, I gotta buy that. That's got a bunch of great songs and a bunch of like the big hits on there, so I gotta buy that one. There was no hesitation there. And then I ended up picking up the debut album, Back to Country, but debut album of Brian White. I had this one as a kid as well, and I really enjoyed this one. I wanted the CD for one song in particular, and I think technically he's a one-hit wonder, I think. And that was Rebecca Lynn. There's a song called Rebecca Lynn that I remember hearing on the radio, falling in love with that song. I wanted the CD because I wanted that song. Ended up getting the CD, but I ended up finding, there's a lot of good songs on this album. Really like this one a lot. I have good memories associated with this one. Like, got a lot of good songs on here, so happy to have that one, and especially only pay $1 for it. It's great. Last but certainly not least, this one's going way back. This is my childhood right here, and this is the Lion King original motion picture soundtrack on CD. Growing up, I had the cassette tape of this. Had the cassette tape, and I used to ride around outside in my front yard or around my house with my Walkman with this in it, and just having the best time ever. Just listening to this, listening to, especially like I Just Can't Wait to Be King, Hakuna Matata, just having the best time ever. But yeah, this one, I immediately, I was like, I gotta buy that one. And the case is broken, unfortunately, but the CD is in pretty good condition. I mean, it's a little scratched up, but it's not bad. But yeah, I mean, you got all the songs on this one. You've got Circle of a Life, Just Can't Wait to Be King, Be Prepared, Hakuna Matata, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And then there's a couple instrumentals, This Land to Die For, Under the Stars, King of Pride Rock. Then you've got the Circle of Life, of course, with performed by Elton John. You've got I Just Can't Wait to Be King, performed by Elton John. And then you've got Can You Feel the Love Tonight, performed by Elton John. But this one right here holds special memories for me, just because of that alone. It's like, I remember I loved this movie. This Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast. Watched those like crazy growing up, and it's like, I loved this movie so much when it came out. I wanted the soundtrack, ended up getting the cassette tape and just played that to death. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that thing probably just gave out eventually and broke or whatever, because I played it so much. Because tapes would do that. Like you could actually wear cassette tapes out if you played them too much and you didn't take care of them. And yeah, that's it. That's the entire haul there. All of these. So I paid $1 for each of these. Finding some good ones, finding some that are special to me. Not, I don't know if I found any, anything earth shattering or anything by any means. It's like, I've seen some people on TikTok. I'm really happy to see, and it's like, I don't know if it's just my algorithm or if it's because, people are finally like, basically fuck the streaming services, because they keep jacking people around. They keep raising the prices. There's not always, when you want to watch something, it's not always on streaming like people used to think. It's like, well, it's always on streaming. No, it's not. The price is the big thing. The ever-changing catalog, them taking things off without any kind of notification or anything like that. I've seen a lot more people going out and thrifting movies and CDs, but I've seen some people on TikTok find some really good CDs at like thrifting, not necessarily Goodwill, but just out thrifting in different places. So I don't think I've been kind of jealous of some of the finds. There's been some where I'm just like, I would just probably scream if I found that in like a Goodwill or just thrifting or whatever. But for me, it's like, I think I've done pretty well. I found some good things, some good CDs, some that hold special value. They're not special. Well, they hold special memories for me, and some that like I said, now I can put it, like with the Bob Seger, I can put it on in the car and just kind of just drive, and windows down, especially now that it's getting warmer, windows down, blaring, night moves, like, or something, whatever. But nothing like earth shattering or anything. But I think I found some pretty cool stuff, and some things that that I'm really happy with. So I guess that's the most important thing. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you had any comments, if any of these holds special memories, or if you just want to be like, why are you buying, why do you like, I don't know, the Backstreet Boys, I don't know, whatever, feel free, please. Like I said, I like to read the comments. I like to know, I like to talk back and forth about the things I like. That's fun. Let's talk about the things we like. Let's stop talking about all the things we don't like or we dislike, and let's talk about the things that we like. But that's going to do it for this one. Again, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, stay awesome and keep collecting.